Hello and welcome back to Seconds Out. My name is Eamon Khan here with the Iceman Jason Cunningham as he prepares for return to the ring in 2023. Jason, how are things, sir?
I'm good, thank you. I've had a good rest after everything that's happened. Obviously, it was July last year since the last box. So obviously I needed the rest after that one. It were my first bad knockout, if you like. Needed a bit of rest after that recovery, and then dust myself down and go again. So yeah, I'm ready to go, and I'm ready for a busy 2023.
Did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
I did, thank you. Yes, I ended up spending the New Year in London with the family. So plenty of family time over the last few months. Like I say, a bit of rest it we needed, and I'm just chomping a bit to get going again now.
I noticed you've taken into management as well, Jason. Congratulations on the venture there. Why this route,
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes, thank you. It was just going to be the next step. I think I like the business side of boxing more than the trainer. It's easy being a manager. A lot's done by phones. I'm quite busy as it is. I mean, I think I will get my trainer's license anyway. It makes sense to do that. But I don't know. I just fancy management. It's where I've started. Obviously, I'm only just dipping my toes in, if you like, getting experience. But I've got a man outside of me, Steffi Bull, who obviously been there and done it, from the bottom to the top. So there's plenty of advice and advice, if you like, I can get from him.
And how does this side of the game differ to putting the gloves and fighting? Is it a completely different realm, or do you take things over into that side?
Well, I'm not taking no fish for a start, but no, it's obviously I've been there, I've experienced it myself as a fighter. I've been at the beginning of my career where things have not gone my way, and then like I say, got with Steffi and things have gone my way. So I know, we're looking after a fighter. I know how hard it can be starting out. So I've got one fighter under my belt, Ellie Hellawell, a female fighter as well, former national champion. She's only young, 20s, early 20s is Ellie. So we've got high hopes for her, especially obviously being a super bantamweight. It's quite shallow with the women. They can be moved along quick, and I expect to do very, very well.
Now, Jason, last time we saw you in the ring, you were against Zolani Tete. It didn't end the way you wanted it to end, but after the fight, it came out. Whilst details are scarce right now, and Tete is challenging the finding, UKAD
Yeah.
found Tete tested positive for banned substances. I wonder what your initial feeling was when you found out that news, Jason.
Well, it weren't a good way how I did find out. Obviously, it was through Twitter. Um, uh, Disappointed, heartbroken, definitely heartbroken because it's taken me this long, obviously, to get to the stage I was at. Years and years dedicating my life to have it ripped away from me. It is what it is. I mean, listen, let's just point this out now. He's innocent until proven guilty. Obviously, waiting on the B sample. It is what it is. On the night, I thought it was brilliant. Held my hands up and said, "Look, I've been beat by the better man. I appreciated his skill, appreciated his talent, and just held my hands up and said I've been beat by the better man." Obviously, this comes out, and then it obviously raises questions. And to be honest with you, I don't know. Over the last few months, I've probably become obsessed with it. You get this comes out, and I mean, it was bad enough it taking 5 months to come out anyway. Nobody knew anything about it before that point. Queensbury, nobody. So you become obsessed trying to find stuff out, and really just getting myself down about it, and just I don't know, like becoming obsessed, like I say. So I've kind of switched off completely from it now. This is the first thing to have had where I've properly spoken about it, and I've just chose to just get on with it, and what will happen. It's not good. We'll see what develops further on. Once the B sample results do come back, but I've just got to dust myself down and get on with it. It's as simple as that.
Jason, like you mentioned it, and it's fair to say he's innocent until he's proven guilty here. But should he be found guilty, what would you want to happen? What's the repercussion you'd like to see?
Well, as far as I'm aware, it is a no contest. Other than that, what else can I say? I can't take it back. I can't take the night back. What happened? What do you do? As much as it is, and it's hard. It's probably new to. Obviously it's new to me, but it doesn't happen often. So it's like this come around, and I can't even turn to anyone for advice because this very, very rarely happens. Obviously, we've got the Conor Ben and the Chris Eubank Jr. situation, which is a bit more high profile. So mine's gone a little bit on the radar, if you like. But they didn't get in the ring and actually fight. I got in the ring and I got hurt, and it was a bad knockout in the end. What that does to me moving forward, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out my next fight, won't we? But it's just, yeah, it just leaves a bad taste. And like I say, it's just the old 5 month thing that comes about. On the other hand, where obviously you've got to be more positive, and I'm not one to feel sorry for myself, I just get on with it. I'm very grateful to Frank Warren Queensbury that they've got me back. They are bringing me back straight into championship fights, and I've got a busy 2023 planned early on. So that gives me some focus, something to work towards, and you know, to get myself back in the mix, especially these big domestic fights as well, and just carry on my career. Really, I've just got to. It's just a knock on chin, and that's that. I've got to take it.
Tete is known as having a bit of power in his punches. I suppose this will, for some, bring that power into question. But Jason, could you tell me, as a fighter who was in the ring with him, did you, whilst you were in there, think there was something different to that power? Could you sense something like that?
I just thought I knew from first bell, but I just thought he was elite. I just thought he was a special fighter. He's done it in multiple weights, and I just thought he was, you know, a special fighter. And I kind of, like I said, even I appreciated how good he was on the night, and I just said, you know what, elements after his world class. This is that. That's that. Obviously, this just brings everything to question now, and for him, you know, let's say he was innocent, then it kind of just puts a cloud over everything for him. You know, his legacy and stuff like that. Has he always done this? It's like it is what it is, but I just know even from the off, we've spoke about this before this even come out. Not to do with drugs, obviously, but just how good he was, and even his jab, it was that sharp. It thudded, it shut down my neck, and I thought, friggin', I knew from the first bell that it was going to be an hard night, but I can't even comment any more further on it because I don't want to say something I shouldn't do. Not only that, like I said, you've got to give him a chance until that B sample comes out. Then it is what it is. My mouth's, you know, my lips are sealed, and we just carry on. I've just got to concentrate on myself and my own career.
Jason, the final thing on this point, are you aware of the latest updates? Are you kept in you know, with, are you given those updates at all from your side?
No, the most recent update I got from Queensbury, which, like I said, they've had me back. They've kind of kept me in the loophole, if you like. So the latest thing was that his B sample had been open, as far as I'm aware, but there's no results on that further. I'm just, like I say, hoping, God willing, that it don't drag out like the A sample, because for 5 months to come out, it's just not good enough. So obviously, moving forward for people involved, whether it's UKAD or anyone else, then obviously things need to be a bit more. They need to be better, don't they? Dealt with a lot better than that. 5 months is just not good enough. So yeah, that's as far as I'm aware. Like I say, I don't know as much as you do right now, so it's kind of, I've found myself obsessed searching Twitter, searching Zolani Tete, typing up time, trying to find updates out of South African newspapers, and I just come to them, I'm just doing my own heading. May as well just switch off from it all. Like I say, enjoy my family time over Christmas, and now just concentrate on me coming back. Which, like I say, Frank Warren and them, they're bringing back into a title fight. You know, it's just down to me now to continue my career and just get myself back where I was.
That's fair enough, Jason. I appreciate you speaking openly on that. After the fight, regardless of what happened afterwards, Frank said that he was going to get you back in the ring, and it appears to be that he's keeping to his promise. They're moving into 2023. I saw the EBU updated their super bantamweight title situation, saying that Liam Davies will defend his title against you in April. A good fight this is in the prospect. Jason, what is the latest with that?
Yeah, brilliant. Like I say, from the day when I signed with Frank, I signed with Frank for a reason. He had me headlining my own bill in Telford last year, co-headlining with Joe Joyce. Like I said, they bring me back in the championship fight. Can't say too much because nothing's been announced yet, but he's bringing me back at the beginning of this year in the championship fight. And then obviously building to the Davis. I said I wanted to be part of these big domestic fights. I want to go as far as I could. Obviously, the Tete fight, it's not gone my way. It is what it is. I've been here before. I'll dust myself down. I'll go again. These fights, yeah, you like see Davis. I've already fought Brad Foster. There's a Brad Foster rematch. Any of them, I don't shy away from anyone. So that makes no difference to me. It's another opportunity and a chance for me to get myself there. So yeah, it's a good fight. I thought it looked good out last time in Baluta. I went there live in person. It's a good fight. So, like I say, before I look at Davis, I want to come back, get a good win, feel like a champion again, back to winning ways, and then we look at that after. But it's one fight at a time.
You mentioned there the Brad Foster rematch. I know Brad was someone who's very much calling for that fight. You were looking for bigger and better things moving forward, which led you into the Tete fight. But you're open to that rematch with Brad Foster, then, something that he's been looking for a while.
Yeah, it's a big fight. A lot of interest in it. There's a rivalry there. Why not? Same with Davis. I know. Listen, they all talk, and I know it is what talk is talking, goes up, blah blah blah. But he's had a lot to say as well. So I'm not about that. What you see is what you get. We'll just get in there, and I'll be professional about it, and let's get to it. So any of them, not forced any at super bantamweights. There's a big mix of us there. Don't make a difference to me who it is. So whoever Frank wants me to get in with me, whichever makes the most sense financially, which means the most to me as well, then let's go.
Jason, sticking on Liam Davies, what do you see his strengths on? Where do you feel you can have those successes against him to give you the win against him, should you face him?
I've not really looked forward to it from that point now. Obviously, my concentration, if you like, has been, like I say, I'm obsessed with the Tete thing kind of. Then I had to switch off. So we're back now. I concentrate on myself moving forward. But it'd be a very, very good fight. I know it's there's a lot of people just from today with it going out there. There's a lot of people interested, and it is a very good fight. Technically, it's a very good fight because we're both upright, both quite big for the weight, tall boxers. We can both box, we can both fight, so it makes for a great fight. It's just interesting. So yeah, I have to sit down and watch fully where I can exploit him and where I think he shows weaknesses, and go from there. But obviously, I'm very confident. I'm very confident against Brad Foster. I was confident against Tete. You know, I believe in myself. So it is what it is. It just that night weren't my night. But I don't see Liam Davies the same threat as to what Tete is.
Dennis McCann is another one who's been guided very well by Frank too. What do you make of Dennis, and could we see you in the ring with him potentially this year?
Yeah, I like Dennis. I like Dennis as a person. I've done a bit of sparring, a bit of work with Dennis last off really for the Tete fight. He's only young as well, coming through, and he'll go far. He'll go very, very far. I know he will. Same applies to Dennis. I like him. But business is business. So if that were ever to be made down the line, then it is what it is. I'm here for any of them.
Andrew Kane is another one as well. What do you make of Andrew Kane, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, the Davies and Kane was supposed to happen at one point, weren't it? It never did. It's one of them. Like I said, I don't shy away from nobody, Eamon. So it's kind of popping all these names. I'm not going to say no to anybody. I like some of those fighters. Some of them I don't really know. It is what it is. It's more just for business. What Frank thinks is going to work for me and what's in my best interest. So I don't do calling out. It's not a case of calling this out, calling that out. Davis has got the titles to get me back where I was. So obviously, I'm going to look at him first. Or there's a rivalry with Foster. There's other benefits with the Foster, obviously with contract and stuff as well. So I do what's in my best interest and what makes sense for me. Like I say, like the other boys, all good fighters, all pro prospects, even champions now, like obviously Dennis, Andrew Kane. They on my radar, playing not so much. They're coming through. Do I think they're both going to go on and achieve good things? Yeah, I do. But at this minute in time, it's what's in my best interest.
Jason, a couple of questions away from you before I bring it back. First of all, let's talk about Terry Harper. Terry looking for a big fight this year. Do you believe she'll maybe get that Jonas fight? That's a fight that Steffi, Terry both want.
Yeah, they obviously want it. And from interviews, it don't look the same on the other side of things. Obviously, Joe Gallagher and Tasha Jonas. I haven't looked too much into it. I seen the first part into where they kind of said it's definitely not happening. There were no interest there. So I don't know. They've kind of gone now, haven't they? So it'd be nice to see it happen because obviously the first fight was a great fight. I had a big part to play in that with Terry as well. Terry's main sparring partner during obviously the lockdown situation at the time through COVID. So I had a big part to play in that with Terry as well. And obviously it made for a great fight. The first one was a great fight and it unifies the division. So it'd be good to see whether it does or it doesn't happen. That's just the politics of boxing.
The other fight I wanted to talk to you about is Maxi Hughes. Maxi's been, climbing the ladder, looking for that opportunity. We hope to see him in a big fight this year. Do you think he finally gets a big fight in 2023? The underdog story reaches its climax.
Yeah, it's a similar story to myself, isn't it? And I'm like I say, me and Maxi, I don't know if many people know, but we grew up sparring when we grew up over Doncaster Plant. I've known Maxi since we were kids. And he's a brilliant lad. He's a really, really good lad, Maxi. And he deserves that payday. He deserves that big fight. So yeah, hopefully it does come off for him. Yeah. It's just the same again. It's just the politics of boxing, isn't it? Like obviously these Garcias and these big names and profiles behind it and stuff. It's one of them. But obviously, I've got my fingers crossed for him because he does deserve that. That fight that's gonna, it's gonna pay off for him. It's a fight, Max is a tricky southpaw. He's an odd night for anybody. So he's got the tools as it is, but obviously the other side of things, the financial reward, it will be there for him with a fight like that, and he deserves it.
Jason, bringing this back to you then, what does a good 2023 look like for you?
Busy, which that's the plan, and that's what I've been told already. Like I say, March, I just want to come back. I want to be a champion again. the Tete fight, it's always there, but it's kind of, you know, your next fight, it's kind of forgot about. So let me get a good win. Let me get back to it. Let's get involved in these big domestic fights as well. You know, I'm at the tail end of my career now, if you like, but there's still some big nights. I've still got plenty left. So 2023, let's just see. Just take it one fight at a time. But yeah, I want to be busy and I want to be involved in these big fights.
Jason, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the ring, whether it be Liam Davies or another. Is there any message you want to send to people watching this interview as you prepare for your 2023?
Not so much. Just I'll be back. I'll be back on BT Sports. I'll be back a champion, and like I say, be involved in these big fights.
Jason, pleasure speaking to you. Thanks so much for speaking to Seconds Out. We'll catch up soon.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.